Star Wars polls are usually really funny, and this one is absolutely no exception. A YouTuber by the name of Attention Horror asked, who would you pick to teach you the ways of a bounty hunter? And there were 4 different options: Boba Fett, Mando, Jango Fett, and Cad Bane. 26% chose Boba Fett, 38% chose Mando, 23% chose Jango Fett, and 13% chose Cad Bane. Honestly, this is almost the exact reverse of what I would choose in this setting. And that's where Star Wars fans' opinions kind of come into factor, where they choose what they think is the coolest or newest thing and then abandon the rest. If you haven't noticed that, Mando isn't really that good of a fighter, and yet people chose him 38% of the time. Yeah, it doesn't quite compute, and that's basically just recency bias as well as bias towards people's favorite character. It makes sense that people chose Mando as The Mandalorian Season 3 just came to an end and people love this character. But I found this really funny because realistically I would think Cad Bane is the best option to pick. And this was called out by prequel memes on Twitter who said, would you rather be trained by 3 people who rely on their overpowered and extremely rare armor, or the guy that uses pure skill to run circles around Jedi Knights? Yeah, he makes an extraordinarily valid point right here. Mando, Jango Fett, and Boba Fett all have extremely good armor, Mando having all Beskar armor even. And so, therefore, they are not easily killed. They are just walking tanks. Yes, it's impressive that they have this armor. Yes, they are pretty good fighters anyway, but in reality, they've not really shown us much in the ways of fighting where they come out on top. Jango Fett got decapitated by Mace Windu in a very quick fashion. Mandalorian is almost always having to be bailed out by his friends. He has never really shown us that he is a phenomenal fighter. He uses his head pretty well sometimes, but skill-wise, he's not, and he just happens to make good relationships. And Boba Fett, he's a decent fighter, especially when it comes to piloting, but, I mean, he got kicked into that Sarlacc pit pretty pathetically. Like, why would you pick him? And Cad Bane, meanwhile, every single on-screen appearance, he terrifies everyone around him. He is possibly the greatest bounty hunter we have seen in Star Wars skill-wise. He takes on Jedi, just like prequel memes is saying, with simple ease. He is extremely intelligent, extremely skilled, and ruthless. All the best markings of a bounty hunter. And yet he got picked the least out of every one of these. This just kind of goes to show that Star Wars fans really don't use their heads very often. But it also got me thinking a lot about the Mandalorian himself. I think Mando is actually a pretty mediocre fighter, all things considered. Just like I said before, he gets himself into these situations and is thoroughly defeated. Like, he gets wiped out pretty easily most of the time. However, he gets bailed out by his buddies. Boba Fett, you've got Bo-Katan, the IG-88 unit, the lady that got written off the show. Even Baby Yoda these days is saving Mandalorian more than the Mandalorian is able to hurt anyone else. Din is not that good of a fighter, if we're being completely honest with ourselves. And I think that's where this just really goes to show that Star Wars fans, when asked a logical question, cannot come up with a very good answer. Beyond that, my second favorite answer would probably be Jango Fett, who came in second to last, just like Cad Bane. And that's because Jango did train Cad Bane, as well as partially trained Boba, but, not exactly trained Boba. He trained him for a little bit, and then he died, and then everyone else took up his training. But Jango is a good number 2 pick. I still think everything we've seen from Cad Bane makes him the obvious pick, but Jango is still a very, very good second pick. He trained Cad Bane after all. Yeah, I just thought this was a goofy poll and wanted to make a little opinion video on it. So I hope you guys did enjoy watching. Be sure to hit that like button if you did enjoy, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below your own thoughts and opinions. Who do you want protecting? Who do you want protecting you? Alright guys, I'll see you on the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.